Hello world and all of my friends and subscribers. I'm doing my final on the Dementor project today. So, as some of you may already know if you've watched my video about my accident with my external hard drive, I've lost a lot of my footage. So the footage that I lost was actually sculpting the hands and arms of the Dementor and painting him as well. Unfortunately, that's my favorite part. Sculpting the hands is probably my favorite part, and I really wanted to share that. But as you can see, I'll just do a little kind of twirl of him here, and you can see what I've done so far. I've also attached him to a base that I've made out of plywood, and I painted it black, and all I did was make a hole at the appropriate place so that he would balance, and bend the wire over at the bottom and make a groove for the wire to sit before gluing it in place so that the wire couldn't come out at all, and just adjust the wire so that he's in the right position. So I'm sorry about that, and I don't know if anybody would have enjoyed watching that, but I definitely did want to share sculpting the hands. But anyway, so we'll move on, and next thing I'm going to do is his outfit. So the fabric I chose was like quite a see-through synthetic fabric. I can't really remember what it was called now. Anyway, so the first thing I did was just cut a few pieces, and so that they would fit over the top of him, so that none of his wires would be showing and that his body would be completely covered, but hopefully because of the fabric I chose, you'll still be able to see through it. So I cut out those pieces and placed them on him just to make sure they were correct. I marked off the area where his head was going to be, just so that I had an idea of the shapes and things I wanted to do. And then I just made it look torn and messy, like it had been dragging through whatever filth the Dementor was traveling through at the time. So I also decided that I would really like it to have a whole lot of holes, and for it to look a little bit more organic, I guess, because just tearing it with the scissors, it wasn't working quite the way I wanted to. The tears were quite straight and they weren't tearing and looking really messy. So what I did was I lit some incense, and I took the incense stick and just started burning the edges and putting little holes all the way around, just to make it look really moth-eaten, decaying and disgusting. So I went ahead and fitted it over the top of him, and just to see if I needed to put any extra holes or anything anywhere. Then I just glued down the piece on his head, just that it would stay in place, and also that it would kind of stick to his head or his face, because I wanted it to look as if he was moving through the air. So I went ahead and stuck it down. I used a matte glaze or matte glue for this. But I wish I'd chosen something different, because it took away the transparency of the fabric, and you really can't see any of the facial features through it afterwards, which is a real bummer. But the next thing I did was just glue some folds onto that piece around the head, just to give it some movement. So I just continued gluing folds around the rest of that body piece, just to make it look, like I said, like he was moving through the air, and the fabric had some movement to it. And I just continued doing that until I was happy with how it looked. So then I just added the arm pieces, and because the Dementors kind of have, I guess you could say it's like a cloak with a head covering, so they have sleeves. And so I just added those, and I did the same thing to them. Glued some folds into them and just made them look a little bit more like they had a bit of movement. So the last thing I did was just go over the whole piece and just touch up with some incense burnings, a few more holes in it, and just making sure that I liked the way it looked. So here is the finished piece, and I really enjoyed making it, and it really turned out, I really like the way it turned out, apart from the matte glue obscuring the visibility through the fabric, but I can live with it, and I really enjoyed making it, so it was worth it, and I think he turned out really great. So I hope you enjoyed that, and let me know what you think in the comments. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye.